Peace, 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 everyone. My name is Michael Jordan, aka the Sirius Alchemist. Now, in tonight's video, I want to talk about, everybody talking about spirituality is just all peace and light. You know what I'm saying? I take issue with that because spirituality is not just peace and light. You know what I'm saying? Everybody walk around, oh, spirituality, peace and light, brother, peace and light. No, spirituality is not just peace and light. Spirituality is darkness. Spirituality is chaos. Spirituality is cutthroats, tricksters. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're dealing with spirits. You got a lot of trickster spirits out here. You feel me? So, all these people out here, oh, love and light, spiritual to love and light. No. Everybody want this microwave spirituality, and that's not what spirituality is at all. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of charlatans out here. You know what I'm saying? Because spirituality has become very, very popular these days. And you got a lot of charlatans out here trying to take advantage of people not knowing what spirituality really is. You know what I'm saying? Spirituality is dirty. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of research. And you got to protect yourself from spiritual attacks. You got people, and how is that love and light? Somebody attacking you spiritually, trying to shut you down, trying to make you sick in the body or some kind of dis-ease in the body. How is that love and light? So y'all be careful out here. You know what I'm saying? With all these so-called spiritual practitioners out here. You know what I'm saying? They got the lingo down. They got the, they got the stones on. You know what I'm saying? But I've been doing this over 25 years. You know what I'm saying? So if I come on here and I tell you about something, I'm at least give you a book to reference what I'm saying. So you ain't got to depend on me. So you can go back and see if I'm telling you the truth or if I'm coming on this camera just bumping off at the gibbs. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here coming off, bumping off at the gibbs. So y'all be careful out here in these spiritual streets. Because there ain't no joke out here in these spiritual streets. It ain't just love and light. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of research too. It's a lot of trial and error, especially when you're dealing with magic. You know what I'm saying? It's because sometimes you want to add your own stuff in. And the most powerful magic is the ritual that you create yourself, that you make up yourself, that comes from you. Not that you got out of a book or that you got off of YouTube or that you got off of Instagram somewhere. The real ritual, you are the ritual. You understand what I'm saying? So the ritual that comes out of you is the most powerful shit known to man. Because most likely it's coming up out of your DNA. So I made this video. I guess I say I'm making this video so people don't get fooled out here in these spiritual streets. You know what I'm saying? With all these people, oh, love and light, family. Oh, love and light. No, it's darkness. It's dark. You got dark deities, you got dark spirits, and you got light spirits. You know what I'm saying? So depend on what you're dealing with. All this love and light, that's bullshit. I'm telling y'all, check your practitioners and ask them questions. Because listen to me, family. Nobody should take issue with no matter what question you ask them. If you got somebody claiming to be a spiritual practitioner out here, and you ask them a question and they get an attitude about the question you ask them, or why you asking me that, family, you should be able to ask a spiritual practitioner anything, any question, because they sound in what they know. If they sound in what they know, you can ask them any goddamn thing, and they ain't got no problem with it. So I made this video to be careful out here. And I want to introduce this book. I want to introduce this book for those beginning on the spiritual path. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really like an odyssey. You know what I'm saying? You can hurt yourself out here if you don't know what you're doing. You can really hurt yourself. Because once you cross that bridge, the bridge disappears behind you. You can't go back across. Once you get this knowledge, because knowledge is power. But this book right here is Awakening to the Spirit World by Sandra Ingerman and Hank Wesselman. Excellent, excellent book. If you're just now beginning on the spiritual path, this book will help you out immensely. You know what I'm saying? Because it helped me out. Because like I said, you got a lot of charlatans out here. And for those of you who don't know what a charlatan is, go, you know, Google the word or do a dictionary search on the word. It'll tell you exactly what a charlatan is. And there's a lot of them out here. You know what I'm saying? They got the lingo, like I said, they got the crystals, you know what I'm saying? They, you know, love and light, brother. You know what I'm saying? Grand rising. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody talking that around me. Come when I'm around my people, we talk regular. Ain't none of that love and light shit. You know what I'm saying? This is some real shit. So if you want some real spirituality and some real teachings about spirituality, then you come here. But if you want that feel good shit, then this ain't the channel for you right here. This ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm coming with the real. And like my man Bobby said, my teacher used to say, you got to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Only those that do the work see the fruit. You know what I'm saying? To see the jewels. Get the jewels out of this stuff because it's jewels. Again, Awakening to the Spirit World by Sandra Ingerman and Frank Wesselman. Awakening to the Spirit World. I'm going to read something out of here, family, that I marked because I thought it was pretty important. You know what I'm saying? So I try to read stuff out of here so y'all can kind of understand where I'm going with this. So again, and let's see, the back of it, it says, Awakening to the Spirit World takes a deep look at tapping sources of invisible power in daily life. So much of what Sandra Ingerman and Hank Wesselman write about is lost to modern medicine. Listening to the weather and the elements, understanding death, and more. This is a courageous book that will appeal to all who long to explore the unseen world. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are scared of this unseen world because we've been taught that way through the school system. You know what I'm saying? And all they doing is gathering our energy. You know what I'm saying? They ciphering our energy from us. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's a whole nother video. But yeah, a lot of us has been trained to stay away from this stuff when the people that run all this shit is using this very shit that I'm talking about right now. So if you're new to the spiritual path and if you're interested in it, get this book right here because it'll help you out and do more reading than listening to these people that's trying to teach on YouTube. Do more reading and studying, and you will know who's real and who ain't. Because you know the saying goes, you know, from where I grew up at, we always say real recognize real. You know what I'm saying? And that's some real shit. Real recognize real. So just remember, do more studying than you do watching these videos. I ain't saying I'll watch the videos, but videos are very helpful, especially if somebody's kicking some real and trying to teach and advertise and do the work instead of advertising this feel-good type of shit. Love and light, brother. You know, and I kind of understand why people do that. Love and light, because they trying to seem like they good all the time. Everything is good. Everything is, but it's not. Not real spirituality. It's dirty sometimes. It, you know what I'm saying? And it is beautiful at the same time, and it's transformative. You feel me? It's all that, but it's not just love and light. I'm here to tell you. Do some research for yourself. But anyway, let me read this little piece of here that I want to read. Okay. Many years ago, during a workshop in Sacramento, California, a woman in her early 50s had a particular place in mind to be her sacred garden. When she returned from the journey, she seemed agitated and on the verge of tears. And during the break, she asked if she could share her journey with me privately. This is the essence of what she told me. She described how since childhood, this particular locality was her special inner place where she had daydream-like adventures with her imaginational friends. She spoke of how it resembled an English garden or park with rows of flower beds and trees, including a small thatched cottage where she had teddy bear tea parties with all her stuffed animals, who came to life, of course, in this imaginational place, and so forth. On this day, she had journeyed back to this locality, but it was not as she remembered it. For starters, it had thorny, unfriendly-looking vines growing all over everything, choking the trees and blanketing the elements that made the place so charming. They were actively growing even as she saw them. And as I listened to her account, a message arrived in my mind, a download from my oversoul, my spirit teacher. On impulse, I took courage and asked her if she had cancer. Her eyes widened. As she confirmed my intuition, she told me that she had recently been diagnosed with this dreaded disease and that it was a metastatic in nature and dangerous. She was still in the denial phase, and only she and her husband, and of course her doctor, knew. Now, from the shamanic perspective, the unrestrained growth in her garden was symbolic of the out-of-control cell division in her body. Remember, everything in the garden is symbolic of some aspect of yourself or your life experiences. I asked her another question, and again, her answer confirmed my suspicion. A series of traumatic life losses had recently created a profound sense of disharmony within her. What shall I do? She asked me with fear growing in her eyes. Well, I responded lightly with a reassuring smile. You've come to the right person. You could begin by sharpening up your metaphysical machete and then go back into your garden and start chopping the vines out. Or you could do what I do. I was born in New York and lived in an apartment during my early years. I'm great with plants in pots, but I'm not skilled at full-fledged landscaping. So when something really big in my own garden needs my attention, I invite master gardeners to help me. She laughed as I suggested that she do the same. Invite a team of spirit gardeners into her garden to help her chop all the vines out. At that moment, her laughter is when her healing began. She followed my advice in the journeys that followed. Yet, when the weekend workshop came to a close, she and her gardeners were still chopping. The vines were still growing, and they had barely made a dent. Pay attention. He that has a ear, he or she that has an ear, let him hear. I then suggested that she go to her garden at least twice each day as time allowed, and that she continue to work on chopping out the vines with the help of her spirit gardeners. She followed my advice, journeying to her garden twice a day and 3 times on Sundays, calling in her spirit helpers to help her chop vines in addition to her chemotherapy. A letter arrived from her several months later, and it contained good news. She and her spirit helpers have finally succeeded in removing all the vines from her garden. Not a sprout or shoot or sprig remained. Not surprisingly, when she next visited her oncologist, it was discovered that she was cancer-free. As far as I know, in the 12 years since her healing, she still is till this day. So I read that to say, family, that there's power in this spirituality. It's not a game. It's not about love and light. Oh, peace, brother and sister, grand rising, and all these fancy words and shit. It's really about doing the work and really understanding what spirituality is, getting some books and studying and researching. Yeah, it's cool to watch videos. It really is. But ask questions and pay attention who the teacher in front of you is teaching, because they could be full of shit. They could be a charlatan, but they could be good at what they do. So you just watch and pay attention, observe, ask questions. If they get irritated by anything you ask them or something, you know that ain't the one for you. That's a red flag. Move on to the next teacher. You know what I'm saying? And I got another book for y'all before I go. It's called The Encyclopedia of Spirits by Judica Illes. That's I-L-L-E-S, Judica Illes, I guess, or Illes, or however you pronounce it. But it's the Encyclopedia of Spirits, the ultimate guide to the magic of fairies, genies, demons, ghosts, gods, and goddesses. Yo, family, this is packed. You know what I'm saying? Bobby turned me on to this book years ago. You know what I'm saying? And he told me years ago that somebody come before you, they bumping their gums, they doing all this talking, but they ain't showing you no books where you can go check out for yourself and get and see if what they saying is real. Then you need to let them go. That's a red flag. They just out here playing the game, trying to get some money in their pocket. To me, I'm out here really trying to help my fellow brother. You know what I'm saying? See the light. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what it is, about seeing the light. But get this book, family. This is a compendium of knowledge. You know, if you work with a lot of spirits like I do, I work with all spirits, all cultures, because everything around the planet was all black at one time. So it all belonged to us, you know, but other people use it now, other races, which is fine, whatever, but they don't have the power that we have when we use it. So when you get this book, like now I turn to Marie Leonza. And anybody who know who is interesting that I turned to Marie Leonza. Anybody who know who Marie Leonza was, she was a porn actress in And I believe in the Rio de Janeiro. But I'm gonna read this real quick since I opened it to this page. I want y'all to see that. I can't make this up. Marie Leonza, right? Okay, origin Venezuela. Marie Leonza names a goddess, maybe two, and a spiritual tradition. Marie Leonza is a snake goddess with dominion over love, romance, sex, fertility, and abundance, invoked for protection, success, and virtually anything a devotee desires. You know what I'm saying? See what's messing with these spirits can do for you? You can't imagine what these spirits can do. Unlimited, unlimited. But anyway, her origins are the subject of diverse legends. Common factors are her green eyes and a giant anaconda. Marie Leonza was first venerated by Venezuela's Indians. A prophecy foretold that the birth of a green-eyed child among them was a harbinger of disaster. Sure enough, the green-eyed baby girl was born right before the Spanish conquest. Different tribes have different versions of what happened to her and how she became a goddess. She may have been closely guarded or sent to live alone on a mountain. An anaconda fell in love with her and she became its queen. Thrown into a lake as a sacrifice for an anaconda spear, she emerged as a goddess. Remember those movies, Anaconda? You know what I'm saying? Don't think it don't have nothing to go with that. Go back and look at the movies Anaconda and you'll peep it. So I'm saying it's all in the movies, family. They be putting everything in the movies. They ain't hiding nothing these days. Okay, and then it says, when she saw her reflection in the lake, she transformed into an anaconda. Some or all of the above. Marie Leonza rules nature, all living waters, animals, and plants. In addition to sources of water, her sacred sites include mountains and caves. Marie Leonza punishes those who harm or kill wild animals, as well as those who cut down forest trees. Y'all heard that right now. Y'all know who came and started cutting down a lot of trees in this country. Them Spanish conquistadors and these Europeans. And when they came in here cutting these trees, like Rod Hayes said, it was an act of war. When they started cutting them trees down, that was an act of war. So like it says right here, Marie Leonza punishes those who harm or kill wild animals, as well as those who cut down forest trees. Beware. If this is what you do, beware. Your time is coming. Okay, originally a local jungle goddess, her veneration spread. She is now the primary focus of a rapidly expanding religion named after her. Devotee named as Maria Leonza called her Venezuela's spiritual queen. Marie Leonza. It's funny that I got her. But yeah, get this book, y'all. Encyclopedia of Spirits. It's worth every penny, trust me. Put this in your library, and it will sharpen you up on how to work with these spirits. And I'll teach you how to work with these spirits, and you know, that's a whole nother video. But again, my name is Michael Jordan, but I'm gonna go ahead and do some cards real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the cards real quick, see what the cards got to say about these fake practitioners out here doing all this, you know, charlatan-like work, faking, using all these spiritual words and wearing, I'm gonna take these cards out, you know, these don't belong in the shuffle. Using all these spiritual jargons and, you know, it's a lot of them out here trying to fool y'all, family. So see what the cards got to say about it. Let's see what the cards got to say about these charlatans out here trying to use spirituality to fill their pockets. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't gonna work. Here, look at the card that fell right there. The card is the Empress. The Empress. You feel me? The Empress is intuition. This is about intuition. This is about calming down, introspection, the subconscious mind, silence, observation. You know what I'm saying? So all these things you need to do when you're dealing with a spiritual teacher. Observe them for a while. Ask them questions. You know what I'm saying? Do some introspection. You know, calm down. Pay attention to what they say. You know, because this card right here, this is a powerful card. This is about the mysteries. You know what I'm saying? This is about the mysteries. So, you know, I fucks with the tarot too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I can't make this still up. The cards don't lie. Cards don't lie, family. The Empress. The Empress, again, is about intuition. Calming down, introspection, subconscious, silence, observation, revelation, to reveal. It's about to reveal hidden things. So when you're looking for a teacher out here, y'all, be careful in these spiritual streets, because a lot of people just out here trying to get your dollar. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't giving you no books or nowhere to go find this stuff, then time out for that. You know what I'm saying? It's time for some real spirituality. So my name is Michael Jordan, aka the Sirius Alchemist. If you would like a reading from me, hit me up. I'll leave my email in the description box. So look out for the next video. Peace.